Good evening. I just have a few questions to ask. Good evening. Last meeting I came and I talked about agreements so that local residents could work. Let me redefine local, because I think that somebody else came behind me and said that they hire local. So let me just redefine local by meaning residents of the city of Long Branch. So I just want to make that point. So I hope that we implore moving forward and in developing an agreement, if we can renegotiate that contract, the contract is not only not get agreed to, even if we can go back to make sure that at the very least 15 to 20% of those folks are people from Long Branch. I think tonight you heard a plight from somebody who is from Long Branch. And you see how important it is. And I just want to bring something to your attention. This is to everybody. This is to everybody. Because some folks, and this is the one thing that bothers me, some folks say you only come around during election time. If you haven't noticed, that's around the time people are, feel like that's the only time they have a voice, is during election time. So a person who's been around elections a long time in my life, and that's pretty much you guys, just about everybody, one who know me. I've devoted my life, and my family's devoted their life to elected people all across the state of New Jersey, across this country. So I've heard it plenty of times, the plights and things that bother people. So next time, I hope that people who represent the city think about that when they said, this is the only time you come around. Because I guarantee, now that I plan on not going nowhere ever again, this will not be the only time you hear me say this. I will not only come around during election time, Mr. Sirian. Thank you.
All right.
So, I don't want to waste the time, just some stats that came out just this past week. There was an article written on NJ.com about the 30 poorest cities in the country, in the state of New Jersey. Long Branch was one of them. Just some statistics, because we said that the unemployment in Long Branch was low. With over 30,000 residents that live here, only half of them reported working in the workforce. Of that, 796 of those residents are unemployed. So statistically, that brings our unemployment rate to 17.9, which was a statistic that was written in an article by NJ.com, which the source was Rutgers Data Book. Now, I want to think I'm pretty smart. That's a high unemployment rate. That's a pretty high unemployment rate. And just to bring light to that, a gallon of milk costs $3.50. A utility bill costs on average, in the city of Long Branch, a utility bill costs $105.65. Now, on average, for somebody to rent, statistically on average, I know to have a decent living here, it ranges between $1,200 to about $1,700 for decent living. Now I'm going to ask Mr. Mayor, I'll ask you, I'll ask the CFO, and I'll ask the council members. Are you guys willing to renegotiate that contract so that residents here in Long Branch could work? Okay? Jameer, Mr. Aaron?
Yes, sir.
Would you be willing to negotiate in that contract that the residents of Long Branch require to work? A percentage, 15%?
There's no requirement in any contract that this council has approved in the last 15 years to have the numbers or the requirements that you put forth. You can attempt to renegotiate anything, but if the word is no and you enforce it, what you would be doing is putting the city at risk for extended litigation costs, with the end game being, unless there is a resolution, the answer would be no, and you'd lose in the courts. If you're saying going forward with every contractor, you want to have a set aside for jobs, there are limitations set by state and federal law that you can put into contracts in the future.
So I would ask and I would suggest to this council, maybe same door over, to press that limit.
1 minute.
To press that limit. If it's 15%, if it's 20%, press that limit. Mr. Hayes, you've been around for a long time. I'm pretty sure you know a lot of folks in this city that could use work. Mr. Mayor, is that something that you would do?
When it comes to city employees, we give preference to local people.
I'm not asking, I'm asking on construction site.
I'm trying to answer your question.
Okay.
If you interrupt me, maybe it's best that I don't even talk.
Okay.
You want me to try?
On construction sites, would you require a percentage moving forward?
Probably not. When we looked at Broadway, which is the only pending contract that we have, when we looked at at it, that's a job that's going to probably possibly require a revenue redevelopment area bond. It might require pilots. It would require a subsidy from the city to make that happen. I don't know that we're going to do that. I think it's a very difficult economic question to answer. And it also, if you look at the Regional Planning Association, for the whole issue, they're not in favor of it. They find it a very difficult concept both to enforce. It's a very expensive process, and they're not in favor of it. When we look at it on the first couple of contracts, where we did look at it, where we examined the issue, we found it very, very expensive. It drove the price of the projects up. And we were more interested, and still remain extremely interested, that the projects themselves be successful. I think it's a very populist issue. You go out and you tell people.
It's populist, Mr.
You're-
Mayor.
Excuse me, Mayor.
I'm trying to answer his question.
I understand.
I think it's a very difficult concept. I don't think it's a yes or no question. So I'm just trying to answer it. It's not a yes or no question. So when you look at it, the reason it's very difficult to enforce, it's very difficult to make work. And the city's interest is that the project itself be successful, that it get built in a timely fashion, and ultimately pay its taxes.
Well, then we need to,
I'm sorry,
I'll say,
gentlemen, both please, can we stop this because we're moving towards 7 minutes and we were.
okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Blunt, I'll say this and then I'll sit down. In lieu of the current projects that are the development plans and renderings that we've seen time and time again, they don't move in a timely fashion. So I'd ask, hearing your statistics, that this council move to renegotiate that agreement, to put these folks back to work. 17.9 is a lot. 17.9 of our citizens is a lot of people not working. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.